What's up, everybody? It's Johnny, and I'm back today to talk about taxes. Nobody wants to pay taxes, but everybody wants to make sure they file on time, and everybody wants to get the biggest refund possible. Today's video is intended to give you some tips on how to accomplish just that. As always, to keep this video clear, concise, and easy to follow, I'm breaking it down into two parts. In part one, I'm going to break down tips to make filing easier, speed up the refund time, and cover some stimulus tax issues. I'm talking about unemployment income, stimulus checks, and the tax implications of both. In part two, I'm simply going to list all of the important dates related to taxes. My hope is that this video is one you can come back to and reference during the year to make sure you know all of the important tax dates. So right now is a good time to click that favorite button, hit subscribe, and get ready for some very important information. Oh yeah, in honor of this video, I'm wearing my tax season 1 out of 5 stars shirt. The IRS says tax season starts February 12th. Which will make sense in a few minutes. For the IRS, that may be true, but for us accountants, we know that tax season has already begun. Okay, everybody, here we go. Let's get into part one. Tips to making filing easier, tips to speed up your refund time, and let's talk briefly about some other issues related to stimulus money and taxes. As I said earlier, everyone wants to get their refund as soon as possible. According to the IRS website, here are some easy tips to get your refund quicker. Tip number 1, file your tax return electronically and use direct deposit to get the quickest refund. Tip number 2, check IRS.GOV for the latest tax information, including the latest on stimulus checks, formerly known as the economic impact payment. Tip number 3, carefully review the recovery rebate credit for those who may be eligible for stimulus payments. Those who have not received a stimulus check or only received a partial stimulus check may be eligible to claim the recovery rebate credit when they file their 2020 tax returns. Some tax preparation software will assist taxpayers in figuring out the amount of the recovery rebate credit. In addition to the IRS tips, here's a tip from me. Tip number 4. If you received a stimulus check, the stimulus check is not included in taxable income. However, if you received unemployment income, you should receive a Form 1099-G. The Form 1099-G should be received by January 31st, 2021. Please make sure you do not file until you have received all of your tax documents. If you file before you receive all of your tax documents and you miss some income, you may have to file an amended tax return, and that is not the greatest process to be a part of. All right, everyone, I hope that part 1 information was helpful. We are now entering into part 2 of the video. In this part, I want to list all of the important tax season dates. Taxes are not like homework or projects that you've done in school. You do not want to procrastinate and do it last minute. Make sure you know the dates and you plan. Get organized and you get it done early. All right, here are some important dates and I'm going to list them in order. The first one is January 29th. January 29th is the Earned Income Tax Credit Awareness Day. This is a day to raise awareness of valuable tax credits available to many people. Please make sure you consult with your accountant to make sure you are participating in and claiming all credits that are available to you in your specific situation. It is important to note that a tax credit is different than a tax deduction. A tax deduction reduces your income that is subject to tax. A tax credit is a dollar-for-dollar reduction in the amount of taxes that you owe. Okay, the second date now. Let's move back to the dates. February 12th. On February 12th, the IRS is beginning its 2021 tax season. Individual tax returns at that date will begin being accepted and processed by the IRS. February 22nd is the projected day the Where's My Refund tool will be updated for those claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Additional Child Tax Credit. These are referred to as PATH Act returns. Okay, the next date is a range of dates. We're going to talk about March 1st through 7th. This is the next range of dates because this is when the IRS anticipates tax refunds reaching those who have claimed the Earned Income Tax Credit and or the Additional Child Tax Credit. Again, March 1st through 7th is the anticipated refund date for those who electronically file with direct deposit and assuming that there are no issues with those tax returns. All right, April 15th. April 15th is a big day. This is the deadline to file your 2020 tax return. This is also the deadline to file an extension for your personal tax returns. And finally, October 15th. The deadline for those who requested an extension by April 15th. This is the date that your 2020 tax returns are finally due. There's no date past October 15th. Get it done by then if you filed an extension by April 15th. All right, so let's circle back on these dates. I want to clarify maybe some questions that you still have. Many people are confused about this February 12th date. I just want to clear it up. First, the February 12th date is not the date that tax returns are due. This is just the date that the IRS will start accepting returns for processing. Now, yes, in other years you may have filed your tax return before February 12th. The IRS has indicated that they need additional time to test their systems due to some of the stimulus changes that have recently occurred, including the second stimulus check payments. For those of you who may be eligible but have not yet received your stimulus check or have only received a portion of your check, you need to claim the recovery rebate credit on your tax return. Tax season is always a difficult time, so make sure you start getting your information together, you get organized, and you get everything together for your tax preparers. As we learned in 2020, things can change, so please stay tuned for updates or changes to the dates that were just listed in this video. In the link below, I will provide the news release from the IRS website with additional information related to the topics discussed in this video. As always, stay healthy, stay sane, and I cannot wait to see you all soon.